on, Chase?
Jeff, hello.
Dude, it's been
Been far too
forever.
long. I know, far too long.
Yeah, yeah. How are you these days?
Not too bad. Being a dad and adulting real hard, so
Yeah,
living
I
life.
hear that. Like you and I are the only ones out of our group of guys, out of the Volatile Upgrade members, to have our own families now.
That's true.
And you've been at it a little longer than I have. How is all that going?
So well, finally catching up on some sleep, but life, it just gets busy. Just gets busy.
You just had another one, didn't you? Recently?
Yeah, I'm up to four.
Congratulations, four. That's a good number. Very
Yeah, that's
solid number.
nice even one. So,
And your youngest is how old at this point?
he will be two in April.
Oh, okay. Got a good sleeping schedule down then, I hope.
Yeah, decent. Yeah, I'm usually woken up by one of the four every night for whatever reason, but
Yeah,
dad
I'm
life.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. My two
We're
are a handful with the whole sleeping thing. Like that they'll wake up pretty much every night. Like JJ will sometimes wake up when I'm live streaming and I'll just be like I have to put it on pause and then go put him back to bed.
that's got to be fun for the viewers.
It is.
Do you have
Like
like a little clip thing that says the Yoshi fanatic is busy at this moment?
yeah, like
Please
I
stay
I go
tuned.
back to like a break time screen and I have one of the Yoshi songs playing in the background. It's very pleasant, I think.
There you go.
Well, how is everything else going these days? What are you up to?
Um, just working, pretty much working and raising my kids.
It's the
Not
dad
too
life, man.
exciting.
It's the dad life.
Yep, pretty much.
What do you do for a job these days? You're a health teacher, right?
Phys ed,
Phys ed teacher.
aka gym. Yeah, the fun stuff.
Nice. So out of all of us, you're probably staying in the best shape.
I've put on a few pounds. Still
Uh,
have my bad eating habits, so
oh man, I'm right with you there. My sweet tooth is the death of me.
yeah, mine too. Dr. Pepper a day
Oh
keeps the
man,
doctor away.
my my current thing is homemade cookies. Like I have this homemade chocolate chip cookie recipe that Sky just loves. For anyone who's watching, Sky is my wife. If you don't know. Um, and she sometimes will ask me to make it, and then like I make 2 dozen cookies or something like that, and they're gone within 3 days.
Well, that's good. At least they're being eaten.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, we've kind of put on a little weight since our since our teenage days. Like
All right, because
when we started the channel, I had just turned 20, I think, and you're only a couple months older than I am, so it was 10 years ago.
yeah, it feels like it wasn't that long ago, but when you think about it, it really was so long ago.
Yeah, it's a very long time ago, man. It's wild.
Yep.
You know, speaking of the channel, why don't we go ahead and get you introduced for the people who haven't tuned in well, the last 3 years that we've not been making content, and reintroduce you. So you hopped into our channel in kind of an unexpected way, with the first episode you were ever in being Vex. I don't know if
That's right.
this
Yeah, I forgot I was in those.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Never
you weren't one of the
What?
co-hosts, but uh, it was kind of like a funny behind-the-scenes sort of situation where Dan and I were filming the last episode, trying to fight the boss, and we were
That's
like, "Oh,
right.
this is only gonna take like 20, 30 minutes, hopefully. Like should be done in no time."
3
Three
hours.
hours later, and
Uh,
you ended up coming in there at like maybe a third of the way through because we were going to start filming the next playthrough together, of which you were a part, and we were still going, so you came in for moral support.
yeah. Still waiting there with you guys. That's right. I totally forgot about that. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Do you have any thoughts on that one?
I just remember never hearing of that game before. But I mean, that's true for like a lot of the PS2 games. Like there was just so many of those. Actually, I think that might have been a PlayStation game, actually. But I don't know.
It
That's
was
Dan.
PS2.
But
Yep.
but Dan is known for liking the offshoot, like kind of indie-ish kind of games. So, but No, it was just fun to be a part of that after you guys were like, "Oh yeah, we'll be done soon," and then SpongeBob, 3 hours later.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly,
whoa.
exactly. Like I did a funny little thing for that where like I cut right where I said, "Don't worry, this won't take long," and then I just cut to black and said, "And so Jeff and Dan continued fighting on for 3 hours."
Ugh. I don't remember what was taking so long though. I forgot what part you guys were like struggling with.
It was like a three-phase boss fight where the second phase there were these ridiculous hitbox and timings and sort of things. Like it was just a real difficult section of the boss fight. And it ended up being like real easy in the last phase. It just had to get over that hump. And it took us
Oh,
3 hours to get over that hump. But once we did, once we finally wrapped that up, we started our next series, which was your first real introduction to the channel in what's playing on the TV screen behind me, unless I just happen to crop it out, whatever. Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and
yeah,
Clank was your very first full-on playthrough, and you were in basically every episode. I think every episode, now that I think of it.
yeah. I think I did the sole playthrough. I think I played through it all.
Yeah, you and Dan were like switching
That's what it
off.
was. Yeah, me and Dan were switching off. That's right.
Yeah, that was early in the life of our channel when we thought that the best format to do to get like everybody involved was to like have two co-hosts and like have them switch controller on every death or every level. That's how we worked it in the early days.
Yep, that's right.
Do you have any fond memories from that one?
The I have a couple actually. They're coming back to me now. The public display of defection, the PDA part where I called it and they like Dan was like giving me a hard time about that, and then we hear it later. I was so happy when that happened. But
Yeah,
I
it was
was right
actually
about that.
Adam who like called out, you
That's
said once we get
okay.
the
Yeah.
PDA and he goes, public display of affection or personal display of affection?
Why would you waste to kill 4 of them at once so I don't have to deal with them?
Because Daniel and ammo conservation are polar opposites.
So once we get the, what's it called, the PDA or whatever. PDA.
Personal display of affection. Personal display of affection.
Oh, and then when we were using, I forgot, it was like a weapon, and I was like, me or Dan were like dropping bombs down on like the enemies that we were trying to get past, and I was like pretending to be like an old Southern Baptist preacher.
Oh, I forgot about that one. That one was awesome.
I love how the things just rise up. It's time to rise up! Fight the evildoers! We are wretched! They are no match for our power! We'll bomb them from afar! Rain fire down from heaven! We'll do it! For our Lord! Captain Quark is counting on us! Here we go!
Turn on your itinerant preacher voice, did you?
Push on the big red shiny button!
I remember Adam was like having a heart attack because he was laughing so hard.
Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, now I want to go back and watch the whole series just for that moment. That was funny.
And then, of course, I could not forget that we did all of it, and then we lost the save file, and then you had to go, or we had to go through and like get back to where we were, and then finish it.
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up here actually in the in this little interview here we're doing. Like that was the one and only time we ever filmed a skit on our channel for any of our videos. You and I did the only skit on our channel, and I thought it was hilarious.
Jeff, what's up, my man? What you typing? Oh, Jeff, now you work on or something?
I mean, it's not here. It's not here, Chase.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
You're freaking lucky I like this game.
That was a funny skit. I wish we could have done more of those.
Yeah, that ended up being fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was kind of nice though, because like again, all of our hard work went down the drain, but you know, on the plus side, I got to play Ratchet and Clank with you.
Yeah, and you got to come up with a and direct a skit.
Yes, yes. Oh, that was hilarious. Well, why don't we go ahead and run through the entire list now that we've kind of introduced you back to the group. Why don't we run through this list and like discuss what series you were a part of in totality? So for
All right.
episodic Let's Plays, obviously you started with Ratchet and Clank. And then the very next series you were in was Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U.
Oh, was that when we were all together? That was like a group thing, right?
Yeah, it was. There were like 5 or 6 of us all playing together. It was our very first Black Friday outing.
Yes, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure it was on a Black Friday. So
Yeah, Black
I
Friday.
wish we could have done more of those. That was actually really fun. I know it was probably super hectic and like hard for you to edit and whatnot, but that was a lot of fun.
Oh, it was. I loved it. Like all of us just sitting in the living room playing or at my old apartment just playing Smash Bros. And oh, it's such a great way to wrap up Black Friday. That was our very first Black Friday outing, 2014. I remember staying up all night, like while you guys were sleeping, I was still playing Smash Bros. Because that was the year I bought my Wii U.
I was gonna say that was you. That was when it like close came out, or you had just gotten it or something.
Yeah. What ended up happening was we were all in the Best Buy together, and like my sole mission that year was to get a Wii U because it was going on sale. There were a bunch of great games coming out for it, and I get there and I'm like freaking out, like I don't see any Wii U's anywhere. I thought I missed them, and like I was like, where are the Wii U's? And I talked to some guy, and he's like, oh, they're all in like a stack up on the rack up there, and you were kind of just like, Jeff, you were freaking out, man. You're like, they don't have any Wii U's.
You're about to need to be rebooted.
Oh man. Yeah, definitely needed that reboot. Kind of coming back down to earth. But yeah, you kind of went on a hiatus after that. You got busy with real life stuff. You went and got married on us.
Yep.
But then you came back in Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
Oh, that game was so hard.
Oh, it was.
I think I did like the first space or like the Hoth battles with you, and then after that I was like, all right, Jeff, I can't handle it. You just play and I'll just talk with you.
Yeah, what we ended up doing, we tried to play it on hard difficulty, and like 4 or so levels in, we just realized it wasn't feasible. So in the break between recording sessions, I went back, played the whole thing back up on medium, and you were like, we have 17 lives now? What happened? And I'm like, yeah, I'm being a pansy. We need to switch it down to medium difficulty. We are no Jedis.
That game is just so hard. I remember it being so hard.
Yeah.
Even on medium for me, it was difficult.
And then the last series you were in was our 11 episodes of Spyro the Dragon.
Ah, yes. Classic game.
Love Spyro, and I'm glad I got to be the one to play that with you. I forget who we were planning to have play that originally, but I'm glad it ended up being me and you. That was a ton of fun.
Felt like you ended up playing a lot of the episode games.
Yeah, I mean,
Just nature of having all the equipment, I guess, but
yeah, I mean, Spyro, I think we switched off pretty consistently, but Shadows of the Empire, that was like one of my childhood games. I played it a ton, so I kind of knew the ins and outs. Still sucked, but I kind of had a better idea of what I was doing. You know, Shadows of the Empire, I have one memory in particular from that one. It was in the finale when you were actually
I know
piloting
what
the
you're
ship.
gonna say.
Huh?
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. So you were piloting the ship, and you were like flying out of the core of the ship that we were trying to take out. And you like crashed into a wall and blew up, and like the end credits started, and you're like, okay, should we do a little eulogy for Dash Rendar here?
Oh yeah.
Jeff, should we do a rip
Yeah.
for Dash Rendar?
Yep.
Dash, you were a friend of me and Jeff. You did well throughout this series, but you'll always be remembered. Jeff, any words?
I liked your hair.
There was like an alternate ending if you did make it out, right? Like if you made it out unscathed.
Yeah, there was like this alternate cutscene that came up that like everyone thought Dash was dead and he just flew away and he's like, "Yeah, we're all right. We're gonna hunt our next bounty here. We're fine. Just fly off the radar here." But in our case, he just died.
Not in our playthrough.
That's right.
He went out like a true hero.
He sure
Down
did.
with the shit.
And we gave him one heck of a send off. I remember
Right.
specifically saying I liked his hair.
Oh man.
Any particular memories from any of those now that we've gone through what series you were a part of?
Aside from what I've already mentioned, I don't know if it's been so long, but those ones, that's funny that those ones like stuck out.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those playthroughs. Wish
Oh,
we
there
could
was,
have
I
done.
mean, just the games in general were fun to play with each other. Like that's what I enjoyed. Uh-oh.
I just thought of one more memory that I have from Spyro. It was I forget what level we were on, but we were doing some sort of like impression, and we're like, "What kind of voice is that?" And you're like, "It sounds like a cross between Smeagol and Stitch." We'll call him Smitch.
Where's Key?
I gotta find it.
Have to find the key. Yes.
What is that voice even?
I would say it's a combination of Smeagol and Stitch. We'll call him Smitch.
Blue punch buggy, that's my precious. I used to be fluffy. No, I'm not.
That absolutely broke me. Like my laugh ended up sounding like a car starting up.
Oh, see, that's what made it worth it right there for me. It was just having fun.
Yeah. It was the friends we made along the way and all the memories. Now that was a ton of fun.
Oh yeah.
The other big contributions you had to the channel, believe it or not, you had a couple of live streams you
Yeah.
were
I saw it
co-hosting.
on your list.
Yeah, when you read those, did you remember them at all? The Destiny
actually
and
did,
Star
'cause,
Wars
like,
Battlefront.
Yeah, I remember I either asked for them or you suggested it, but like I took the login information to use Volatile Upgrade to try some live streams out. I don't know. I don't think anyone viewed them or anything like that, but I did try to. I think I played like some matchmaking on Star Wars Battlefront and Destiny. So
Yeah, you did. And I don't know if you remember this, but I came over to like because I had all the equipment and everything. I ended up coming over to your dorm room at the college, and we streamed right from there.
oh, okay. So yeah, you were. I totally forgot that you were there.
Yeah, I was. I don't know that I had that much to say. Like those games I knew nothing about. But I do remember us streaming then there, and like your roommate was just laying on his bed, just doing whatever.
Yeah, yeah. That was our college life basically.
Sure was.
Playing video games after classes and then just chilling in the room.
That was fun.
Oh yeah.
And then there was one other thing that I remember that you weren't like in any of the podcasts per se, but you did contribute to one in a way. The Gaming Corner podcast was mostly me, Adam, Henry, and Daniel hosting it every month or so. And we always opened it up to questions at the end, and you actually recommended one of the topics that we ended up doing like a full podcast on, which was when do we 100% complete a video game?
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Yeah,
The
I
ultimate challenge.
liked that you watched those podcasts and like gave us questions and like suggested ideas and stuff like that. That was cool.
Oh yeah. See, I'm still into it.
Yeah, exactly. Even when you weren't with us physically or over Discord, you were still with us in spirit.
There it is. The
But that was
gaming
fun.
Strong.
yeah, so we kind of walked through your involvement on the channel. We walked through a couple of your memories. I gotta ask, out of everything that we did, like we had a great time. Obviously, we had some good memories. Do you have any particular favorite series that we did? Like out of those series, which do you think would be your favorite if you had to pick one?
Hmm. Well, I feel like I had the most fun with the Star Wars one actually because it was challenging. Um, but I mean overall, like Ratchet and Clank, I would say my first one, just because like that one's for me like very nostalgic game. It was fun to go back and play it. I remember when I would wake up early before school to get some more progress in the game, then go to school and come home and like try and get more. Like that's what I did when I first got that game. So it was fun to play through it as a young adult, I guess.
That's cool. Yeah, I can totally see that. Like all of you guys were mostly the Sony guys. Like out of all of our group, I was like the Nintendo guy, and the rest of you guys were all on PlayStation. And I'm like, Ratchet and Clank, what's that? But you know, watching you guys play that game made me want to try it out. I ended up taking Dan's PS2 up to the apartment when when Adam and I moved into an apartment and when we were going to the same college. Uh-oh. Upgraded Zoom Workplace Pro.
Are we approaching a time limit?
Looks like it. Remaining meeting time 10 minutes. Well, we got this. We got this. Anyway, I remember we took the PS2 up to the apartment, and I ended up playing Ratchet and Clank all the way through, largely because of you guys. You were the thing that got me to get into Ratchet and Clank, and ultimately to become kind of a Sony fan myself. Because of you guys, I ended up getting into the Ratchet and Clank series a little bit. I'm sorry?
Didn't you end up getting a PS4 or something?
I did, and I recently bought a PS5.
Oh, you upgraded.
I did. It's mostly just because, like, I didn't really care to get any of the... You good?
One of my kids is out here. You
Oh.
need to go to your bed. Daddy's talking. I'll be with you in a little bit. Go back to your bed. Like I said, I don't get through a night without someone visiting me. So
Yeah, I hear you. It's the dad life. That's cool, though. But, yeah, I saw the writing on the wall, more or less. The reason I even upgraded is because PS4 games are getting so much harder to find, and
yeah,
I don't know, like, our PS4 was starting to slow down a little bit. A lot of the games that we're interested in just, they're PS5 exclusive now, like, there's just, they're pushing to get us on the newer systems, and it kind of worked for us.
yeah.
But I got a decent bonus at the end of the year, so I'm like, you know what, if any time, now is the time to do it.
It's one way of looking at it.
Plus, they were on sale. They were like $75 off.
There you go.
And like, I bought 5 games for it. Yeah, I bought 5 games for it. And like, I haven't really played any of them yet. I haven't had time. I'm sure you can relate. Like, having kids and a full-time job, it's like, time?
Yep.
What's that?
I don't even have anything to play games on anymore anyways. I mean,
Oh,
I guess,
no.
but
I guess that counts.
yeah.
But yeah, just time is fleeting. And if I could play more PlayStation games, I would. Like I said, you guys got me into Ratchet and Clank and Spyro. Like, I bought the Spyro Reignited trilogy. I enjoyed it a ton. And I want to get into more of it, so you guys were quite the inspiration.
Well, that's good. I'm glad we turned to do a Sony guy for a little bit.
Yeah. My heart still bleeds Nintendo red, but
Oh, of course.
but
Especially now Switch 2 is coming as well.
that's right. I actually just put up a video on my channel. I don't know if
I watched like the first 10 minutes of it.
yeah, out of the whole 40.
Yeah.
I had a lot to say.
Sorry.
But yeah, long story short, I'm excited. All right, well, I do want to ask you one quick thing about or one more quick thing. We
Okay.
talked about, our pleasant memories, our good times we had on the channel, but hindsight is always 20/20, and I have to ask if there was anything that if you could go back and do it again, is there anything you would do differently, or is there anything that you regret?
I mean, like I said this before, but I wish we would have done like more like whole group stuff. Like I know it was hectic, but it's still like, if we could get it under control a little bit more, it would have been fun to like do more Super Smash Bros. Or maybe even like Mario Kart. Or I know we once tried to think about doing like League when we were all into that. I thought that would have been fun to do.
Yeah. We actually did do a little bit of League. We did like 2 or 3 live streams of League of Legends or something. I called it the Low Yellow. And like I opened it up with "Welcome to Volatile Upgrade," where we put the low in ELO.
Very true. That's
Yeah.
where we stay.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure, more full group activities would have been a lot of fun. We were thinking about doing like some live stream or some podcast or some episode or something from my house when like the full Volatile Upgrade group was a part of my wedding, and you guys all came over for the bachelor party, which essentially just was us playing video games and eating food.
Yeah.
You know how we do. It was
That's
not
a party.
super.
It's a party right there.
It was not super exciting, but it was fun.
Oh, it was exciting.
We
Especially
didn't-
since I forgot my suit. My tux.
Yeah, your wife ended up bringing that, right?
Yeah, the day of.
Hey, it worked out. Like looking back, I didn't even remember that at all. And at the very least, like I don't know if you remember this, but at least you remembered everything in the morning when we were on our way to the church. Unlike Adam. Like we were driving on our way to the church, and we get a call from Adam, and I'm like, and you were riding with me, like I get a call from Adam, and he's like, Jeff, come back. I left my speech in your house.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Turn around.
Oh well. They never go perfectly, do they? There's always something that.
Oh yeah. Out of everything that could have gone wrong, that's one of the things that's it's okay.
Yeah, I could definitely have dealt with that. But yeah, I definitely agree with the whole like wanting to have done more full group activities. I think my like one of my regrets is I wish I could have done more stuff with you before before you got married, before you became a busy man. Like that summer of 2014 into 2015 was like our peak as far as like Volatile Upgrade stuff was concerned. But I could have done a better job of making an effort to get you into more episodes. I think I would have liked to do more of them with you.
Yeah.
You made for a great co-host.
Thank you.
But
I've got that bit of the comedic gene in me, so
heck yeah, you do. But the episodes that you were in were a great time. I really enjoyed all of them. I still like going back and watching our Shadows of the Empire and Spyro the Dragon playthroughs. Those were a ton of fun.
Those were good.
Well, I think that's pretty much all the points I wanted to hit on. Do you have anything else that you want to chat about? Any closing remarks?
I'm all set. I got a kid to go talk to, so
Yeah, and Zoom's telling me we got to finish up here, so.
oh boy.
It's been really good chatting with you, Chase. Really good to catch up.
Yeah, we should get together in person here soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Let the kids meet.
That would be awesome.
Have some real chaos.
Yeah, for sure. Like I actually haven't gotten to like even chat with you like this since the wedding, over 6 years ago.
Oh my gosh, life gets crazy too fast.
It does. So, I'll hit you up sometime, and we'll plan like a hangout and a play date for the kids.
Sounds good, man.
Well, thanks for chatting, Chase. Good luck attending to your kid, and yeah, thanks for getting together.
Thank you. No problem. Anytime.